No, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
And the fact that she's so nonchalant.
It was a typical summer's evening on Wednesday, August 28, 2013, in Aurora, Colorado. 47-year-old Yoon-mi Hoi returned to her home around 9:30. She looked forward to spending some time with her family, also consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman.
Ooh, okay,
However,
so this is the crazy.
only a few short minutes go by before the unthinkable happens. It seems almost impossible to break into the room as the sounds of a brutal fight fills the home. But then, Ryan makes a shocking discovery.
I hope you catch her, but I'm not her.
How stupid are you?
Wait.
Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
Oh, that's laughable. That's laughable. You have a soul.
I still don't have an update on the invitation. I wish I did, because I sure as hell won one. Oh, man. Just gotta keep my spirits high, you know? And maybe luck will be on my side.
He's so evil, bro. That's Dark Triad. Okay, let's watch this. When an insane teen killer makes detectives snap. It looks crazy.
The courtroom clips you're witnessing went viral, and though you've probably seen them, no one has ever seen the shocking exclusive footage we obtained that reveals the full story behind the unpredictable case.
Oh, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
No, you're not.
Damn. Just straight up. Hey, by the way, I just want to let you know you're the biggest piece of shit I've ever interrogated.
Not getting out of jail. It makes me
Anything that's
physically
civil you
sick
want.
to look
Do
at
the
you.
DNA test that will prove me
Don't
right.
tell me how to do my job.
I watch forensic files.
Do you believe everything they put on TV is real? How stupid are you? Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Oh my God. I wonder if this guy kept his job.
Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
You come in here trying to fucking act like you're so goddamn smart.
This is Isabella Guzman.
Fight
In
her,
approximately
fight her.
3 seconds, she will be confronted, resulting in one of the strangest moments in an interrogation we've ever seen.
Sir, do you recognize this?
What the? Whoa. What the hell? Okay, whoa. Let's relax, buddy.
Sir, do you recognize this?
What the hell?
Do you recognize her?
Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Oh, dude, I thought that was the cop. Bro, I thought that was the cop.
Back out here.
Is that her
Ever
dad?
seen.
Do you recognize her?
Yeah, she's my daughter.
She's my
her name?
daughter. And then she was like, who are you? Is she experiencing psychosis or some shit?
Is he insane? You're gonna ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy like me.
Your life ended last night when you decided you'll kill your mother.
You left her to die. Brutally. On a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
In one of the most brutal acts of violence the state of Colorado has ever seen, a teenage girl viciously takes the life of her own mother inside their family home.
Dude.
It's an incomprehensible crime, but what authorities find to be even more disturbing is that the suspect claims to be a completely different person who didn't have anything to do with the gruesome killing. As the unbelievable investigation begins to unfold, it becomes increasingly apparent that not everything is as it seems, and behind the diabolical act lies a most insane and unpredictable motive.
And that bitch is probably crazy as shit. And she's gonna go kill somebody else.
It was a typical summer's evening on Wednesday, August 28, 2013, in Aurora, Colorado. 47-year-old Yoon-mi Hoi returned to her home around 9:30,
Oh, no.
bringing dinner for her husband.
Oh, that's around the same age as my mom. My mom's 50.
Returned to her home around 9:30, bringing dinner for her husband, 40-year-old Ryan Hoi. Working another tiring day at her photography studio at the Aurora Town Center Mall, she looked forward to spending some time with her family, also consisting of her daughter and Ryan's stepdaughter, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman.
Ooh, okay,
However-
so this is the crazy. All right.
However, the teenager had a more sinister agenda for the night.
Only 18.
Ryan tells his
goddamn.
wife that Isabella is home, but he's unsure of exactly where she is. Yoon-mi suggests that she and Ryan take a walk after she showers, to which he agrees. Only a few short minutes go by before the unthinkable happens. Ryan is enjoying his dinner when a violent pounding sound begins to shake the house, followed by a haunting scream. He quickly sprints upstairs, where his wife's screams are only intensifying as she calls his name for help. Ryan's adrenaline is racing as he finally reaches the bathroom, but the door is locked. He makes several
Oh,
attempts to break in,
God.
but someone is pushing against it.
That's crazy. Imagine being the husband and your wife is literally just on the other side of this door. And what you don't know is that your daughter is murdering her or about to murder her.
Ensuring that they can finish the gruesome act taking place behind the door. Still, Ryan continues trying to get in, hoping to come to his wife's aid. At the same time, he dials 911. It seems almost impossible to break into the room as the sounds of a brutal fight fills the home. But then, Ryan makes a shocking discovery. In the midst of the terrifying ordeal, He's horrified to see blood pouring out from underneath the door.
No.
And now the screams have slowly transformed into an eerie silence. Finally, the door opens. 18-year-old Isabella stands over her mom's lifeless body with a bloodied knife in hand. She doesn't utter a word.
Jeez.
In the blink of an eye, she runs out of the room past Ryan, who's in an absolute state of shock. The bathroom is covered in blood, where Yunmi's body is lying on top of a baseball bat. When police arrived, Isabella was nowhere to be found, and so began a manhunt for the teenager. Although that would only last one day, as they located Isabella over 12 hours later, hiding in a parking garage off of South Parker Road. But when they actually sat down for an interrogation, they had no idea of exactly who they were going to be speaking with or what.
Okay, so either, what do you guys think? Because we've seen cases like this where like the person pretends to be mentally ill or experiencing psychosis. Do you think she's gonna be bullshitting? I don't know, man. I think it's always so hard to believe these bastards.
What was going on for an interrogation. They had no idea of exactly who they were going to be speaking with or what was going to happen in this roller coaster of an investigation. The following never-before-seen footage has been analyzed by a qualified team, including a licensed professional counselor and a licensed attorney.
You left her to die, brutally, on a bathroom
I did
floor.
not murder anyone.
How does
Please
that
stop
feel?
accusing me of this.
Just tell me how that feels.
Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. Please fingerprint me. I will show you that I am not this freaky, horrible person. I want to meet my boyfriend. He's probably worried about me.
You aren't going to meet anybody.
I wish you could help us just make sense, that's all.
When you prove that I am not her, I'll be able to go.
Isabella states
Damn.
that her name is actually Samantha Gonzalez and that she is 15 years old. However, the detectives are well aware that this is not the truth.
So she's 110 pounds? That's really skinny. I'm 148 pounds.
Isabella, please.
Don't call me Isabella. That's really
That's your
freaky.
name?
My name is not Isabella. My name is Samantha. There are people in this world that look alike, you know?
Okay, she might actually be crazy. I don't know why. I'm just getting that vibe.
You guys are not, like, all-knowing. You don't know everything. You're just accusing me of all this stuff that I didn't do.
We know what you we know what you did, and we know who you are. We know how it happened.
Apparently not,
When it
because you
happened.
guys are completely wrong. You got the wrong girl.
No, we don't. How did it feel?
How did what feel?
When you
She might, but she might also be faking. The only thing that's like different so far, like from the other people that pretend to like experience this shit, is the other people kind of, they just act confused. Like, what? Whoa, that wasn't me. That was just like this other person that came out, blah, blah, blah. And then that's kind of like all they add to it. She's literally denying it, and then also like she has another name, came up with another weight that she has. I don't know. Like she might actually be schizo or some shit.
How did it feel?
How did what feel?
When you did what you did, how did it feel?
I
Make you
didn't
feel
kill
good?
anybody. That was
Did it-
disgusting.
Did it feel good?
It's disgusting. You guys really think I'm a murderer?
Yeah, we're not joking.
Did it make you feel powerful?
Just you.
Yes or no? Simple question. Did it make you feel powerful to do what you did?
Oh my god. I did not kill anyone. Can you guys stop like interrogating me? We're just gonna keep going around and around, and we're really just trying to get fingerprinted so I can meet my boyfriend, so you can prove to me.
Would you like
we
us
don't
just to
have the
leave,
same
wouldn't you?
fingerprints.
Wouldn't you just like us to leave?
We don't have the same fingerprints. We're not the
Wouldn't
same
you like this all just to go away, rewind back 12 hours, and have this never happen? We'd all like that.
I wish I could have like not walked to the parking garage, so you would have not mistaken me for being someone else.
We're way past that. We're even not going to
Where's the
acknowledge
shortcut of my
that.
life?
Wait, but she remembers that. She remembers walking to a whole parking garage. Interesting.
What Isabella fails to mention is that she wasn't merely walking through the parking garage, but rather hiding. And in addition to locating
she's
the
gotta be
suspect,
bullshitting.
police discovered an array of items relating to the brutal crime that Isabella also failed to conceal.
Oh,
I'm
she's
not gonna
lying.
lie, you guys keep accusing me of being this girl, and I'm not her.
What'd your mother do?
We're not going to acknowledge the fact that you're not telling us who you are. We're moving right past that.
The detectives don't spend any time trying to build rapport with Isabella, which can damage their ability to get her to speak honestly with them. Not only that, but they appear to be jumping straight into a part of the Reed technique where they reject her lies so that she doesn't become entrenched in repeating them and accusing her.
Yeah, usually you want to like ease them into it. Starting off this offensive, she's going to become defensive, and yeah.
Interrogation this way is very unusual. They may be trying a few different techniques to see what works, but so far, they aren't doing a very good job of squashing her lie.
Was it the
Please just
weed?
fingerprint me.
Was it the weed? Did you like the weed?
When offering to be fingerprinted, Isabella makes a declaratory statement indicating that she feels confident. This could mean that she strongly believes what she's saying. When someone has schizophrenia, they often experience hallucinations and delusions that cause them to hear, see, or feel things that do not exist. Delusions can lead to strong beliefs or perceptions that are not based in reality. This altered perception of the world can create a stark contrast between their experiences and what others perceive, leading to a profound disconnect from shared reality.
What weed? I don't need
Marijuana?
this
She didn't like the marijuana in your place?
What?
Is that what it was?
Marijuana?
For Christ's sake, you had the master bedroom in the house. What parent gives
I
up
am
their
not
master
this
bedroom?
girl.
What
Oh
parent
my
gives up
god,
their
I am
master
not
bedroom?
this girl.
Explain that. Who does that?
I am not this girl.
What kind of a horrible parent does that? gives up the master bedroom to their daughter.
You know what? Whoever this person is that you're accusing me of being is probably really terrible, but I
Didn't your mother give you a job? Didn't she teach you? Didn't she give
I mean, this girl sounds like a piece of shit, officer. I don't know what to tell you. But me, that's not, hey man, that's not me.
Didn't your mother give you a job? Didn't she teach you? Didn't she give you a job, give you
My
employment?
mother's name is Sabrina.
And that's the way you thank her?
The shocking secrets that Isabella kept would slowly but surely unravel. For now, detectives simply want to know why she committed such an unbelievable crime. But it seems that not even she can answer this question.
This can't be happening to me right now. This can't be happening. This can't.
It is.
I never killed anybody.
You killed your mom last
No,
night.
I did not.
Yep.
No, I did not.
Your Honor, my defense is nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
We're going to be able to prove it. Yes,
I
we
would
are
like
going to be
you
able.
to
We
prove
are
me
going to be
innocent.
able to prove it.
Prove me innocent.
No, the
You
police.
will prove me innocent.
We have a very solid investigation. Okay.
Okay.
This case will be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and you will probably spend the rest of your life in prison. That's what's going to happen to you.
Oh
Part of the
yeah.
Reed technique is to present irrefutable evidence to trap the suspect in their lies. However, here the detectives are using unsure and uncertain language, such as "we're going to prove it" rather than "we can prove it," which won't be as effective. As well, the Reed technique teaches detectives to avoid talking about the consequences and to minimize the crime in order to get the suspect's defenses down and to keep them talking. By already threatening punishment, the suspect loses any incentive to keep talking.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like, to be a good investigator, you have to be good at manipulating.
This, Isabella has remained confident in her denials. It appears that detectives may have been upset by the crime when they started the interview, and then grew frustrated because Isabella isn't budging, and now they're letting their emotions lead them. So far, this is really poor interrogation practice, and it seems as though they aren't following any actual plan or technique. Isabella states that she will soon be proven innocent. In the meantime, she wishes to see her boyfriend, although future revelations would reveal that this would be easier said than done, for one very strange reason.
How about we give you a few minutes to think about it?
Think about what?
The truth.
I already told you the truth.
And that's the story you're going to stick with?
It's the truth. What do you mean? I'm not going to lie to you and tell you I'm a murderer.
I have a feeling at some point you're going to change your mind, and you're going to probably look back on this day, today, right now,
No, I will
with
not.
some regrets, because you're going to have an opportunity today to set the record straight on why you did what you did, and there may
No,
be
I will not.
some reason in your mind that makes sense.
No, I will not.
The detectives now seem to be jumping to different steps of the Reed technique, such as skipping over minimizing the crime or offering an alternative theory for why the crime was committed. Stating that it's her opportunity to speak without presenting any reason why she should take the opportunity is ineffective. They shouldn't rant about how horrible the crime is, as this will just stop her from speaking. Rather, they should have started with rapport building, introduced themselves, and treated her like a normal human being. Then they could have started asking her about her night, what she'd been up to, and see what her story was before they started finding the holes. Though it can feel uncomfortable to try to establish rapport with someone who has committed a horrendous act, it's essential to the interrogation process. It's as though these detectives were too uncomfortable, so they skipped that part.
Yeah, with people like this, you gotta suck up to like whatever persona they're playing right now. You gotta suck up to it. You gotta be like, oh, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not an investigator, but
I am Samantha Gonzalez. You have got the
Your
wrong
actions
person.
today are going to have a very, very
Oh
big
my
impact
God,
on the rest
man.
of your life.
You guys keep interrogating me.
Isabella has a very flat affect when she speaks, which is common with individuals with schizophrenia. Even with her displays of anger earlier, she doesn't really show much on her face, which is another feature of individuals with schizophrenia.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
What the hell is going on? Can you please just...
Do you understand what I'm saying, Isabella? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Don't call me Isabella.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm not Isabella.
Your decisions today are going to have a big impact on the rest of your life. You're 18 years old. You got a
I'm
long ways to
15.
go.
Fingerprint me.
No, you're
oh
not
my
charged.
god.
Arrest me because I look like somebody. That's wrong.
Okay, it is frustrating to talk to somebody like this,
It's
unfortunately.
strange that they don't take Isabella up on her offer to be fingerprinted, as they could use the fingerprints as evidence to show her that she can't deny she was involved. The detective seems to not want to give Isabella the power to demand something, and he's trying to make her feel powerless by denying her suggestion. He also seems to be making the interrogation personal, which is one of the worst things an investigator can do, as he's not even using interrogation techniques anymore. In this bid for power and control, he's missed an opportunity to gather the evidence to confront her. However, there's also the possibility that this is a procedural issue, as it's usually mandated by state law that fingerprints, and in some cases DNA, be taken from suspects. Perhaps the police figure they'll have them soon enough and didn't want to bother getting her fingerprints earlier.
You're acting like you're running this investigation.
What do you mean?
You're demanding to be fingerprinted. You're demanding to be weighed.
Don't I have a
You're
right?
telling us that you're not this person, that we've made a big mistake, we've arrested the
Don't I
wrong
have a
person.
right to prove that I am innocent? Yes, right?
Damn. So it's like a battle of egos right now. You got these two guys right here. This guy's definitely he has an ego, and then this girl, I mean, she's obviously not right in the head.
Notice that Isabella's foot started moving suddenly, though she's been mostly still throughout. This is a sign of her anxiety around this topic of questioning. Individuals with delusions can become anxious when confronted about something not covered by their delusion. It's like if the typical person went out drinking and woke up with a gap in their memory. When asked about the fuzzy spot, they would be confused and easily suggestible, which would lead to anxiety. The brain makes up answers if it doesn't remember. Everyone's brain does this. As humans, we are uncomfortable with blank spots and uncertainty, so our brain will fill the gap with something to make us feel better. This may be what we're seeing here.
Yeah, psychology is a very interesting subject.
May be what we're seeing here.
Cognitive science, maybe, I don't fucking know.
You didn't go there. You went to Overland.
You're Overland High
I went to
School
Overland
graduate.
High School.
No, I
You're in
didn't.
the yearbook.
She went to Overland High School. I did not.
No. She is you.
No, she is not.
Okay, well, she is, but is this just your way of dealing with this? You pretend you're somebody you're not? I mean, is that your mechanism for...
This is just really frustrating. I'm not even really scared or anything at all because I know that I'm not this person.
So you're not scared at all?
Because I'm not her.
Are you on any drugs?
No.
Any prescription medication? You ever been to a psychiatrist? You ever been diagnosed with any mental problems?
Yeah, that's so insulting. These guys fucking suck at their job. Imagine asking the person that you're like, you want to get information from them, right? Are you fucking high? Are you doing drugs right now, bro? Like, bro, at that point, just say the fucking R slur. Just like,
You ever been diagnosed with any mental problems?
The detectives ask Isabella various questions to ensure that she has all of her faculties.
like Jesus.
You know what month it is?
This is August, right?
August? Do you know what day it is?
No, I haven't had my phone in a while. What day is it today?
So you do have a phone.
I did back in my house.
No, you just said
I left it behind.
Do you drink?
No.
Did you drink anything last night?
No.
Take any pills last night?
No.
Smoke any weed last night?
No.
Oh my God, it's just drugs.
Not under the influence of anything.
I'm perfectly normal, bro.
Perfectly normal?
Yeah.
Who are your friends?
Don't really have any friends. All I have is my boyfriend.
That's what everybody we talked to said about you. Said you don't have any
No
friends.
friends.
People that usually sit in that chair or accused of murder don't have any friends.
These statements are not only personal attacks, but also antagonistic. Those who kill other people often come in many varieties.
Yeah, bro,
There's
these
no
guys
set rule.
suck.
They say you're mean and they don't like you.
I guess she's a mean person then.
No,
I'm not
you're the
her.
mean person.
I'm not a mean person.
You're a mean person
I'm not a mean person.
and you're a liar.
Isabella's foot only seems to move.
They're talking like children. What? Get out.
Isabella's foot only seems to move when she's uncomfortable. Here it appears to be because she doesn't like being called a mean person, and because they're attacking her. Understandably, most people value being well regarded, liked, and not being seen as mean. So it makes perfect sense that this would increase her anxiety. What's most interesting here, though, is that despite the fact that she should be really uncomfortable and leaning away from the detectives, she's not. She's leaning forward towards them.
No, I am not.
And you're a terrible liar.
No, I am
This
not.
makes no sense at all.
No, you're
So if you just want to sit there and be a cold-blooded killer who the jury will convict in 10 minutes of first-degree murder for killing their mother,
Shushi, why are you streaming while I have to shower? That's not a problem. You just take us in the shower with you.
The detectives want to know why Isabella would brutally kill her own mother, but the answer is unlike anything they've heard before. There's much more to the story than meets the eye, but the disturbing case is only just beginning.
sometimes people get mad, sometimes people are scared. Maybe you acted in self-defense. Maybe she had the knife.
Only now do they decide to try to minimize the crime. But after they talked about her being a cold-blooded killer,
I'm not this girl. I don't know what happened with her and her life and who she is or what school she went to. That's not my problem. My problem right now is finding my boyfriend.
It's a funny game you're playing, but nobody's laughing. You think some juror said the
Jesus.
jury's going to believe that you're not the person we suspect killed their mother when you're caught right down the street? Knife injuries to your hand?
Scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
I told you they were scissors.
It's not scissor injuries.
Yes, it was. You're not going to bully me into admitting what you want me to, like, pretend
No,
to be.
I suspect we're probably not. I mean, that's a decision you have to make in your own head.
God, bro. With how condescending she's speaking and passive aggressive, you really, really need to pick some emotionally intelligent, emotionally mature investigators.
You know what you've done. We've given you an opportunity to talk about what you've done. We've given you an opportunity to give us a reason why you did what you did. And you've continued on this crazy-ass story that this you have nothing to do with this, and that story is not believable. We
It
don't
doesn't
believe
have to be believable. It will be proven.
If the police don't believe you, what do you think happens?
You go to court.
You go to jail, for one.
You go to court.
And someday you're going to go to court. Yep. And if this is your way of trying to get through it, then so be it. But just so you know, I mean, obviously we don't believe you. We don't believe anything you've told us here today.
I'm going to sleep in a park all night.
You're sleeping out,
Walked around
running from the
trying
police
to
all
find my
night.
boyfriend.
Running from the police is tiring.
I didn't run. from
Actually, you were
the
sleeping in a Jeep.
police. A Jeep.
Yeah, the basement of the park garage. You remember that?
I was not sleeping in a Jeep.
She might be, yeah, okay, but it is kind of fucking annoying. She denies everything. She denies the thing, but also doesn't deny it. She just has to change a little detail. So it's like when they said, oh, we found you with like knife wounds on you. No, they were scissor wounds. Well, we found you in the back of a car. It was a Jeep. No, it wasn't a Jeep. It was fucking Ford. Like,
Somebody saw.
How do you think we found you? Somebody saw you and called us.
Isabella was sitting in a blue Jeep Wrangler in a parking garage off of South Parker Road when someone noticed her. But what they found to be even more suspicious was the various items sitting outside of the vehicle, such as a backpack and clothes. The car was actually being held for a client of a vehicle service, where a company employee immediately notified police once they spotted the teenager.
What kind of a grand coincidence would it be that you just happen to look like this person?
Grand coincidence. It's a shitty coincidence.
Isabella, this is
Don't call me Isabella.
This is really, it's frustrating. I'm sure you're frustrated too. You feel better. We'd have a better understanding of why you did what you did. Maybe
I
somewhere
didn't do
down,
any of this stuff, man.
maybe somewhere down the
Can you
line,
just fingerprint me?
God would find a way to forgive you.
Can you
I don't know
please
if he will or
fingerprint me?
not. My
Fingerprint
God's
me.
not going to forgive you, but your God might. For all I know, who knows?
Can you fingerprint me?
Did you stab your mom?
This is the first instance where Isabella is asked if she stabbed her mom, and her response is telling. It's also a response that will change later in the interrogation. We see Isabella engage in grooming behaviors, such as brushing her hair and face multiple times, and then we see her do an anchor point movement and shift her leg. Rather than being crossed, her leg is now at a 90-degree angle where it's become a barrier between her and the detectives.
Yo, holy shit. Yo, they should have Iwu. They should have this channel overlooking all of like their interrogations. Get these scrubs out of here.
Rather than being crossed, her leg is now at a 90-degree angle where it's become a barrier between her and the detectives. She also rubs her mouth, creating a cluster of nonverbal behaviors which indicate that she has increasing anxiety. When directly asked if she stabbed her mom, she delays answering before saying something unrelated.
You didn't take a knife and stab your mom last night?
No.
So the knife that we found is not going to have your fingerprints and your DNA on it?
No, I'm not. She may look like me, but there's
No,
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 way
no.
I can have
I think it's probably going to.
Once again, they're using words like I think and probably. They don't even sound sure or confident when trying to refute her lies.
Hey, you're exactly right. Test is not lie.
I'm waiting for you to test.
The parking garage that you were in, you were caught, you were arrested where they pointed guns at you? The knife's in there.
Okay.
How do you explain that?
Explain to me what your interpretation of DNA evidence is. What do you think it means?
Doesn't everyone have like different DNA?
Specific to each individual. So what do you think is going to happen when we take a sample of your DNA and we compare it to the knife that we found? And your DNA is going to be on
The
it.
DNA will not match.
So your DNA is going to be on it. That's going to prove that you
The
have
DNA will
knife.
not match.
And those cuts on your hand?
I told you how all of this happened to me.
So you obviously bled. We're going
in
to
the house in Ohio?
analyze the blood that you left. We're going to be able to type that blood back to you.
No, not your house in Ohio. The bathroom at your house where you killed your mom.
After the discussion of the DNA, she starts swaying in the chair for the first time, which is another red flag. She does have concerns about the DNA now that she's heard all of this information, which is an interesting reaction given how she will behave later on.
Did you see the police dog in there? Is that why you ran out of there?
Police dog.
Yeah.
Like police dog.
The police dog that was inside the parking garage when you came running out. Do you remember running out of the parking garage
I
and
know.
running to police officers? Do you remember that part?
I didn't run. I walked out of a parking garage and was ambushed.
This is like classic manipulator tactics, by the way. It's like they don't deny the overall event that happened, but they'll change one little detail that might be wrong, and then they'll just hyper focus on that. No, I actually didn't run away from those dogs. I was walking away.
I didn't run. I walked out of a parking garage and was ambushed.
That wasn't you either? So
I am not this Isabella girl. All this crazy fucking shit keeps happening, and I am not this girl.
crazy fucking shit. That's a good way to put it.
Do you have no remorse for what you did?
I did not do anything wrong.
So you don't, do you?
I am not
You could just
Isabella.
you could just sit there and continue to deny this.
This is
All of
pissing
this-
me off. At this rate, at this point, you gotta be asking like the parents, like the family members, like does she have history of behaving like this? If this is her first time, then it's bullshit, and that's it. Boom, and then fingerprint her.
It's not even a funny game anymore.
Why would she kill anybody?
That is the question.
Why would Isabella kill her mom?
Isabella may not be able to answer their question just yet, but little do they know that there are multiple layers to the sick and twisted story, and the more they uncover, the harder it is to wrap their heads around such a shocking case.
Why would anybody kill their mother? I mean, what do you think? What would cause somebody to become so enraged with their mother that they would kill them? What would
I
happen?
don't know.
What
I
would
don't
it
know
take?
how people think. I stay away from people because they all
Well,
try
just
to
tell me
hurt
what you think. I mean, what's your thoughts on it?
What is my thoughts on this whole situation?
No. Specifically, what would it take for somebody to kill their mother? What would make them so angry that they would do that?
Isabella engages in some grooming behavior here, which generally occurs when people want to be liked or viewed as likable by others. It's approval-seeking behavior. This is followed by her incorrectly rephrasing a question. It's clear that this question has increased her anxiety because not only has she repeated their question, giving her time to think about her answer, but she had to know they would correct her, giving her even more time to think.
She's gotta be
I really have
fucking
no idea.
lying.
I would never kill my own mother. She may be a horrible person, but I don't have the potential in me to kill anyone.
Why is your mother a horrible person?
She hates me because I'm her illegitimate child.
So she hates you?
Yeah, I kind of ruined her marriage, basically, and they blame me for it.
Damn. Whoa. Okay, wait. That's like the first give right there. Like that gives a lot. That says a lot for her to like say her point of view of things like, oh, she hates me. She has to hate me because I'm not her real
She
child.
hates you?
I don't have anger issues. I just left.
You hate your mom? That's
I
kind
don't
of an
hate
anger
her.
issue.
She's scary.
By playing into her lie and going along with her being another person, the detectives may be finally attempting to build some rapport with her.
Just scary. So I ran away.
Did your mom beat you?
She doesn't beat. She hurts with weapons like scissors.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Gabriel Adams.
Gabriel Adams. You certainly know his phone number, right?
Jesus.
Call him right here. We can talk to him. You can just clear this all up. What's his phone number?
He threw his phone away. I was
Come on.
supposed to meet him somewhere.
Oh, nah, that's so obvious. So she remembers everything in regards to denying what just happened. And then they're like, okay, yeah, so give us your boyfriend's number. Oh, he threw his phone away. Like, bro, oh, shut your ass.
You don't want to because he doesn't exist.
He does exist.
So she just made up the boyfriend, okay.
Oh, that's laughable. That's laughable. You have a soul.
There's no professional explanation for the comment. That's laughable that you have a soul. Even some of the other comments could be possibly pointed to as playing the bad cop, but this goes too far. He's clearly letting his personal feelings about this.
Yeah, these
crime
guys suck
lead the
dick, not gonna
interrogation.
lie.
I do have a soul. All living creatures have a soul, even animals.
People who do what you did, soulless.
Before police are able to find out exactly what the reason behind the heinous act is, they delve a little deeper into the tumultuous life of their suspect. In doing so, the detectives sit down to interview Ryan, who not only
Finally,
provides
holy
valuable-
shit, yes, get the girl off the fucking camera. Oh my, yeah, dude, ask someone else. Like, she's just denying everything. You gotta just bring in the family at this point.
information about his stepdaughter, but he also recalls the horrifying timeline of events.
I saw Isabella. She had a blank expression on her face. I'm not sure what happened with the knife she was carrying. It looked like she was still holding on to it. And I looked down and I saw my wife on the floor, blood everywhere, all over the bathroom. I was talking to the dispatcher, and the dispatcher told me, make sure you get her breathing again, get her airways open. I don't know CPR. At that time, I looked at my wife's eyes, and I knew that she must not have made it. I just couldn't believe that it had happened like that. Isabella was in a rage like I've never seen before.
What do you mean?
Well, I could just hear her just pummeling my wife. I thought she was just hitting her with her fists.
Okay. So that thumping sound you were
Thumping
hearing-
sound, I thought, was Yumi maybe hitting against the wall, and
Okay.
Isabella just pounding her with her fists.
Okay.
So that's what I originally thought it was, and that's when I called 911.
Although it hasn't been confirmed, it's possible that Isabella also used the baseball bat as a weapon.
Tell me about that. What was the reasoning for that?
She came downstairs where I was sleeping, and she said, I feel very uncomfortable with Isabella in the house. She said that Isabella had threatened her or cursed at her, and spit in her face
Okay.
when she was laying down up there, and rambled off some terrible things to her.
Okay. Did she tell you what those terrible things were?
No, she didn't specifically tell me. I know this morning, she showed me an email that Isabella had written that was written to her. So a strange email, but it came to my wife. And I can't remember what the email said. It's on her phone. But it was very disturbing from Isabella, something very weird.
The email sent by Isabella to her mother on the same day of the killing was chilling beyond words. It read, "You will pay." However, it wasn't
Oh,
made out to
damn.
Yoon-mi, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Yoon-mi was so concerned about her daughter's behavior that she called 911 just hours before her demise.
God, it doesn't help that she has such an annoying fucking face too. Can I just say that? I'm sorry. That is my one personal insult I will say. God damn.
Isabella was confronted while sitting on a swing in their backyard, but that had little effect on the teenager. She apparently spewed a string of insults to Yoon-mi, though it's unclear as to what was said. The officers warned the teenager that she should not treat her mother in such a volatile manner, stating that Yoon-mi was within her rights to obtain a court order and evict Isabella from the house if she felt it was necessary to do so. Isabella responded with nothing but silence.
They've had a bad relationship.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, they've had a bad...
Let's say, to my dear daughter Isabella, even though we have some difference, I let you know I love you and I will always love you, Mom. Oh, no, dude.
She resents her mom very much.
Ryan states that at the age of 6 or 7, Yoon-mi sent Isabella to live with Robert due to her disobedient behavior. The pair had divorced when Isabella was just 3 years old, and Ryan and Yoon-mi began a relationship 1 year after. Yoon-mi's hope had been that her daughter would learn to respect others while living with her father. But it seems things didn't change. In fact, Isabella was supposedly continuing to act out.
She looks like
and
a
apparently had
potato.
a difficult relationship with
Jesus.
Robert and his new wife.
And then she moves back in with you guys?
She moves back in with us at 14.
14. Has Isabella ever been, is she on medications? Or has she ever been
She's not on
under
medication.
doctor's care or anything like that for any
She
type
went
of
to
issues?
she went to a psychiatrist for maybe a month, and the psychiatrist said, no, she's fine. She's just a typical girl.
How long ago was that?
That's been maybe 2-3 years ago, something like that.
So today, after the police come out and speak with her, what was her attitude or her demeanor after that contact with the officers?
She seemed okay. She was friendly. Her dad gave her a big hug. but I don't think she was very happy that her mom called the police.
Following the dispute, Yoon-mi headed back to work.
We were in the house again,
Any
together, no problems.
no problems, no any conversation, any
Not much of a conversation at all. We
did
didn't
she
really
give
say
you any
much.
indications that she might be plotting to do something like this?
Oh, no.
So from what I'm hearing, she never behaved like this. Like she did behave weird towards the mom with that email, but this whole schizo shit, it seems like it's just for today, like for this interrogation.
I ran away.
You got a pretty good memory, don't you?
I have a normal person's memory.
Okay. I don't think you're a normal person.
It took me like a week to get here.
Did you hear me? I don't think you're a normal person. I asked you when you last time you cried.
I told you I cried when I ran away.
You didn't run away from anywhere. You ran away from a crime scene is what you did.
No, I did
So you
not.
cried when you ran away last night?
I did not do any of these things. I am not Isabella.
Maybe
Oh,
we should just
really?
bring,
Why don't you
Robert
just bring the
down here.
DNA test?
Let's bring Robert down here.
Who's Robert?
You know who Robert is.
No, I don't.
Robert could stand right there in that doorway and identify you. You're his own flesh and blood.
According to Ryan, Isabella and Robert were always close, even through thick and thin, but she can't seem to remember that.
How about if we have Ryan come down?
Who's that?
Your stepdad. Have him
That's
come
her
in.
stepdad.
Isabella's flat affect is similar to another case we've covered, Morgan Geyser, also known as the Slender Man stabbing.
Oh, y'all told me to watch that shit. The Slender Man stabbing, the Slender Man case.
Not really.
Where do you think you hurt?
At a police station.
Morgan was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and again, this kind of flat, emotionless speaking is typical with this diagnosis.
Kathy, maybe?
Who's that?
Come on, I'm Isabella.
Stop calling me Isabella.
You know who that is?
Wait, you guys are like, what? Didn't you say that this girl has no friends?
Well, there's people that know you. They may not be your friends.
Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one. Well, there's people that might know you, but they're not your friends. Damn.
But this
Like
Isabella's
even that was enough to shut her up. Like, oh yeah.
friend,
damn.
Catherine Argueta, also known as Kathy, who gave a bit of insight on who Isabella was outside of her family home. Apparently, Kathy met Isabella at Overland High School, in addition to Isabella's ex-boyfriend, Ilya Abramov, who goes by Tony. The trio, along with Kathy's boyfriend, would apparently use recreational marijuana from time to time. Kathy explained that Isabella had developed a spiritual side to herself within the last year and had become increasingly quiet. Yet at the same time, there was a noticeable kindness that she had not previously shown, though Kathy didn't elaborate further. It appeared that things may have been looking up for her, or perhaps there was a more sinister intention behind this newfound enlightenment. Kathy goes on to say that she received a chilling text message from Isabella on Monday, August 26th, only 2 days prior to the killing. She angrily insulted Kathy using a derogatory term and ended the text with a shocking last few words. "I know what you did." Kathy
Ooh.
messaged back asking what she was talking about, but Isabella didn't.
Oh, the friend told her that?
However, on August 28th at 7:15 p.m., her phone buzzed once again. Isabella had sent another text, this time saying, "The astro beam has awakened."
What
Utterly
the fuck? Okay.
confused, Kathy responded, asking for an explanation, but to no avail. Only a short time later would Isabella commit the unthinkable.
These are your bags, right?
Yeah.
You're in the store, don't we wrap up your wrists? Paid for it?
Actually, these people were real nice to me and gave me these things.
But you bought something, right?
They paid for it for me.
Who?
This Asian lady took pity on me, came all dirty. She asked me if I was okay, and I cried, and I told her I was trying to call my boyfriend, I could use the phone. She said, you don't have any stuff.
I feel like she just made that the fuck up.
At the H Mart. They have surveillance cameras on it. Yeah, at the H Mart.
After fleeing from the scene, Isabella made her way to the H Mart grocery store, where she quickly caught attention due to her disheveled state and bloody clothing. A nice lady took pity on her, and in addition to buying her a few items, she also provided her own cell phone number in case Isabella needed anything else.
And what did you tell her?
What do you mean, what did I tell her?
What did you tell her? Because we're going to call her and talk to her. What story did you tell her? What did you tell her?
She's Korean. She doesn't even speak any English.
We have interpreters. What did she say? What did you tell her?
I told her the truth.
What did you say?
Exactly the same thing that I told you.
Where'd you meet her at?
You wouldn't like the receipt says.
To what?
Where the receipt says.
Where's that?
It's right by the garage where you ambushed me and basically kidnapped me out.
Well, okay, I will give her credit. She has been so consistent with her fucking lies.
Next, the detectives ask for her permission to conduct a DNA test. They're not surprised when she immediately agrees, seeing as it has been her most frequent request. But what she doesn't understand is just how long it actually takes to obtain the results.
Please bring the DNA test now so I can leave.
You're not leaving. Just so you understand that.
The DNA will not match.
Well, that you can.
If the
continue-
DNA does not match, I
you
will
can
be free,
continue to
right?
think that, but you are not leaving. Just so
Okay,
you know.
theoretically, if the DNA doesn't match, you have to let me go, right? That doesn't make any sense. Yes.
You've been identified as a killer.
I'm not
Just bite the bullet, bro. Just bite it. I would have just been like, yeah, you can go if the DNA doesn't match, but we can tell you right now it will match.
Okay.
Hey, Shushimishi, been a fan for a while. First time watching you on Twitch. Hey, thank you, the Heat Score.
I didn't murder anybody.
Then we'll easily prove a case against you.
You can't prove anything because I didn't do it.
Yeah, we will.
Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, what's wrong with
You
all
have
of
no
you?
conscience. None.
I'm not evil.
No, you're one of the most evil person I've ever sat across the table from.
The detectives continue to remind Isabella of the consequences and telling her how terrible she is, and stating that she's the most evil he's ever sat across from, all of which hasn't got them very far. At this point, Isabella has been in the room with them for an hour. If she was in her right mind, most people would have asked for a lawyer by now. The conduct of both officers is unprofessional, suggesting a lack of training and an inability to conduct custodial interrogations properly. Somehow, despite their approach, they're just barely able to stay away from crossing the line into coercion. More importantly, they have completely abandoned the Reed technique and its core tenet of getting a confession through the use of empathy. The point of an interrogation is to be a listener and to create an open environment where the suspect can make disclosures. Even look at the table. It's cluttered and disorganized, creating an environment non-conducive to the sharing of information. Their methods of countering her denials are also interesting.
Damn, the fucking commentator is just grilling these guys. This whole segment is just why these guys are so terrible at their job.
It's generally sarcastic and closed off, not inviting Isabella to say more or to keep talking even in the face of having her denial dismissed. Everything about their actions appears intended to harass the suspect, rather than doing their best to support the dialogue necessary for a confession.
You scared the hell out of me. Did you have no conscience?
I scared the hell out of you.
Yeah, you have no conscience. You can do anything to anybody and not even feel
How do you do this thing?
Isabella states that she would like a DNA test as soon as possible, and the detective performs a cheek swab.
Say, for instance, somehow we've got this all jacked up, and you are who you say you are, and we've brought the wrong person in here. How would we go about trying to prove that you are who you are? Who could we call? Who could we get in contact
There's no
with?
way I'm totally... Why would I call somebody who stabbed me with scissors?
Well, I'm asking you a
That's
question.
all I got.
Okay,
Everyone was waiting for me.
Can I ask you a question and just not have you interrupt? Because if we're making a mistake, we want to do the right thing. Okay. Why don't we start with who's your father? What's your father's name?
I don't really know. Honestly, my mom's kind of a crazy bitch and whores around a lot.
Okay.
She hates me because I'm an illegitimate child.
Okay,
All
so
I know is that my dad's Mexican. That's why my last name is Gonzalez.
All I know is an example of a selective memory statement. It can't exactly
Yeah,
be refuted,
see.
but it doesn't really answer the question.
It's like lying by omission. It's like, oh, I mean, I know my last name's Gonzalez. So it makes her feel less guilty, so it makes it easier to lie. So it's like you sprinkle in one thing that's true and then omit everything else.
This is a big nonverbal indicator that she's feeling anxious about going deeper into this line of questioning. Look at how her blinking is increased. This is a subconscious stress response. However,
God
we can
damn.
confirm that this is because she's being deceptive, as it could just as easily be because she's being verbally attacked by two police officers for
Hey,
the past hour.
W-E-Woo,
so
bro.
your dad is Mexican. His last name's Gonzalez. Do you know his first name?
She wouldn't tell me.
I would
you don't know
never
his
have
first
noticed that.
No.
Have you met your father?
No.
So you never met your father?
I ran away. Behavior was done like that.
Okay, slow down. I want to get to the bottom of this. So Gonzalez is all you know? You don't know first name?
She called
Where's
me
he-
Gonzalez to
where's
prove
he
to me
from?
that I'm not good enough to be her daughter or something.
Where's your father from?
I just know he's Mexican.
Where's he
From
from?
Mexico.
Isabella is showing other signs that her anxiety has increased as well, such as kicking her foot and avoiding the question. Again, we can't say she's being deceptive, but her anxiety level has increased with this topic. She's either seriously, legitimately 100% delusional or an extremely skilled liar. It's possible that this is something that has been said to her before, and that's why she's able to quickly push out a response. Isabella states that her mother's name is Sabrina.
Yeah, not gonna lie, she strikes me as a really, really good and intelligent liar.
Although 26 South Jamaica Court is located in Aurora, Colorado, right across the street from Isabella's home. But this would only be just one of her many bizarre statements to come.
Don't. Okay.
No.
So your father is Gonzalez. You don't know his first name. Your mother is Sabrina Hicks, but you don't know her birthday, and you claim they both live at this 2657 South Jamaica Circle, Cincinnati, Ohio. You don't know the zip code. How about a phone number?
I did disconnect the house phone like a while ago because fucking cheap.
No, see, it's like, it's such casual lying. And she puts on this tone to be even more convincing.
I don't have their cell phone numbers. We don't talk to each other. That's why I ran away. It's like,
Okay, where does
they're
Sabrina?
not really my family. But
Where does
they're
Sabrina
my
Hicks
roommates.
work? Maybe we can go to her work.
She works at a grocery market.
Do you know the name?
We don't talk to each other. We're like strangers. She just hates me. She looks at me like with disgust. Oh, you illegitimate child.
Right. You poor illegitimate child, you.
The detectives ask her if she has any uncles or aunts, but she supposedly doesn't know. Next, they question her about Montgomery High School, where she claims to have attended, although this would turn out to be yet another lie. In actuality, Isabella went to Overland High School in Aurora, Colorado for a period of time before dropping out. However, it's unclear as to when she left the school and why.
What street is your high school on?
I don't know.
Well, you went to school there.
It's not
didn't
that far from my house. I just
What
walk. I know
street's
how to
that?
walk. I don't drive. I
What
don't know
street is
street
it on?
name.
Because what we can do is we can go to your school, we can have officers from Cincinnati go to your school, and see if we can
Why
contact
would you
your
do all
records.
that? Why
Because
can't
we're trying to
you just do a DNA test?
we're trying to disprove that you're not this person.
That's great. Do the DNA test and it'll prove everything.
Well, I'm going to have to prove it by more than one way. And the
What?
easiest way for me to prove it is if you can put me in touch with somebody back there in Cincinnati, Ohio.
I will
that
not
can-
put you in touch with the people
we
that
can
I
send them a
ran away
picture
from.
of you, and
Look at what
they
she did to
say-
me. I will not put you in touch with them.
If they can say,
find
yes,
out I'm
that's
here,
my
I'm gonna
daughter,
have to run away.
then you're out the door.
If they find out I'm here, I'm gonna have to leave here again. I'm not trying to take another bus.
Hoping to catch her in another lie, the detectives ask if Isabella's picture would be in the Montgomery yearbook. Coincidentally, she claims to have skipped picture day.
Oh, that's
This
a
is not
good
gonna work for this year.
question.
Did you get your picture taken when you were in 8th grade, the year before?
Pine Lane Middle School.
I'm sorry?
The name is Pine Lane Middle School.
Pine Lane. Okay. Funny, I've heard of that one. There's
Yeah.
Pine Lane here in Colorado. Did you know that?
Okay, there, that's.
No, it's Pine Lane Middle School. Same one
Ooh, that's the first time I've seen her like pause. Almost like in her head, she was like, oh shit.
I don't go there anymore.
in Cincinnati, Ohio. There's one right here in Colorado.
Man, so bad. There are like a million. People are not creative with names.
Is your picture in their yearbook?
The Cincinnati police say all three of the addresses you gave us, the number don't exist.
Maybe they don't know every single address in all of
It's the
Cincinnati,
freaking
Ohio.
police department.
Not only does she have palms up here, showing lack of confidence in what she's saying, but she brings her leg back up in a barrier position.
Problem is each lie you tell,
It's not a lie.
you gotta tell another lie. And then you forget the lies you've already told, and pretty soon
What
it
do you
becomes so
mean?
confusing and so
That's what-
overwhelming that you don't know what you said.
The detective may be referring to the liar's loop here, but he doesn't really mention having to deconflict stories or anything, just the difficulties in keeping your story straight. Although the detectives are aware that Isabella is being deceitful, they are unaware of the disturbing and shocking reason as to why the heinous crime was committed. Time would eventually tell all, but authorities could have never predicted such an unbelievable ending to the perplexing case.
Do you guys believe
She was
Betsy?
involved in a last night where her mother brutally stabbed her mother 151 times.
151 times? Even she's gonna act surprised. Like, 151 times? This bitch is crazy.
151 times.
In the course of that, her hands got cut,
Holy
just
fuck.
like you. Another coincidence, you say?
Holy fucking shit.
You're found in a parking garage with a knife that appears to be the murder weapon.
You didn't find me with
Used
a
in
knife.
this.
Don't
Another
lie.
coincidence?
You did not find me with
Is
a
that a
knife.
coincidence again?
Again, it appears that the detective is focused on being in control and having power in the interrogation room, rather than trying to work through the steps to get her to tell the truth. He's using language where he doesn't even sound sure of himself. For example, saying appears to be.
You did not find me with a
You
knife.
found
You
the
are
parking garage
lying.
where the knife was?
Okay, the knife was somewhere
Yes,
in there.
yes, detective,
No,
that's
you're
true.
wrong.
Yes, detective, that's true.
Wait, the wrong
Okay.
fucking shortcut, man.
After an autopsy was performed, it was discovered that Yoon Mi had actually endured 31 stab wounds to the face and 48 stab wounds to the neck, a staggering 79 in total.
I hope you catch her.
Lock this bitch up. Lock her up. And the fact that she's so nonchalant this whole time. It's crazy that we're just now finding that out.
I hope you catch her, but I'm not her. And when you take that DNA sample out this room, it will prove that I am not her.
How stupid are you?
supposed to be real.
You're gonna go off some TV show? You're gonna put your life in the hands of some goofy ass TV show?
This is just such terrible investigation being done. How fucking stupid are you?
Wait.
Really, Isabella? Does that make any goddamn sense to you?
Isabella. Stop calling me Isabella.
That's your name.
No, it's not.
It is too.
No, it isn't.
Throwing a pen is completely inappropriate, no matter how frustrated he may be. With how the detective is yelling, cussing, and berating her,
Come
there's a
on.
chance Isabella could have a case for how verbally abusive the interrogation
Bro,
is.
get these
You've been so
noobs out of
patient.
here.
And as we continue with Ryan's interview, a terrifying revelation makes its way into the light, proving that Isabella may have just been a ticking time bomb waiting to go off.
But my wife was just on pins and needles because of all that had happened around Isabella the last couple of days.
Okay. So has it seemed like things have gotten worse in the last few days between Isabella and her mom?
With what Yumi told me, yes. Cursing at her and spitting in her face. Said something about you will pay or you've been cursed.
What's your impression of her as a
Very hot-tempered.
hot temper? Okay.
Very hot-tempered person. It doesn't, and she runs her mouth like crazy.
Ooh, okay, wait, that lines up exactly with her behavior.
F you, F this, F that. She seems horribly depressed and blames her mom for her misery.
Has something prompted that as far as that you know of?
Well, I mean, sometimes my wife she's pretty strong-minded, and she would tell Isabella, no, you shut up, you get out. Or
Ooh.
Ryan recalls a previous incident he had with Isabella that provides a glimpse into just how quickly her temper could flare. Around 5 years ago, Isabella went down to the basement of the home to retrieve a fan that belonged to Ryan. When he didn't let her take the item, she supposedly retaliated with violence and allegedly punched Ryan in the face.
Oh, dude, she's just violent. She's just a violent little fucking. And now, like, because she did something, so like you can't just say sorry. When she found out that there was no apologizing to get out of this situation, now she's playing crazy.
Interestingly, Isabella is presenting as the complete opposite in the interrogation to how she's described by Ryan. But Isabella's reign of terror would not end here, as there was something much more sinister that would inevitably unleash itself in the most sickening way possible.
No,
Okay.
it isn't.
And the fact that you can sit there with that stupid goddamn look on your face makes me sick. It makes me
You can get
physically
sick
sick
all
to
you
look
want.
at
Do the
you.
DNA test, it will prove me
Don't
right.
tell me how to do my job.
You are a cold-blooded killer, and you're going to prison.
You're gonna ruin my whole life because I have some random crazy
Your
bitch who
life
looks like me.
ended last night when you
No,
walked
I
out of
didn't.
when you walked into that bed.
I did not
Let me
kill
finish.
anybody.
While stating, I did not kill anybody, she awkwardly rubs her chin, and then her following hand motions don't match up with her words. This is a red flag that her anxiety is showing, and her brain is not matching up with her statements. The detective is speechless, but no matter what
Damn.
Isabella says, there's no debating that she was the one to commit the crime. However, the case is far from over, and a most shocking revelation will soon make its way into the light, flipping the investigation straight on its head. The detectives inform Isabella that they're going to have someone come to the station to identify her, but she responds, stating that she wishes to see her boyfriend Gabriel. However, they disregard her request.
Having your mom hurt you is one thing. Having the police confront you with guns and saying they're gonna tase you and you're a fucking murderer, you did this, you did that, you stabbed a bitch 151 times. Yeah, that's fucking terrifying. To think that I might, or you would even consider sending the wrong person to jail.
Isabella shows a bit of doubt here, stating to think that I might. For a moment here, there's a glimpse into her wondering if her world is real. Whatever her brain has done to protect her from the trauma of the terrible thing that she has done, she's doubting it now and almost lets it slip.
who's that? That's my baby.
Sir, do you recognize this?
Who are you?
Come on back out here, please. Do you recognize her? Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
What kind of introduction is that though? Even if it's your daughter, like he just came in and like what tried to hug her or some shit.
Do you recognize her? Yeah, she's my daughter.
What's her name?
Isabella.
Isabella. What's her last name?
Guzman.
Isabella Guzman. Okay.
This is so odd.
Is that photograph? Is that your daughter there?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is your daughter here.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Is he insane? Does she have like a crazy family? Like a completely crazy family? Is that why she's psychotic and killed her mom?
It's impossible to know if Isabella is delusional or if she knows she's making stuff up and lying. However, if someone is faking, they will break the lie, especially an adolescent. They just can't keep it up that long.
Yeah, what a
It may be
fucking
hard to
liar.
believe. Isabella once again tries to reason with the detectives, but what she fails to understand is that she's only digging herself into a deeper hole.
Yeah, you seem like a nice person who made a genuine mistake. I'm not mad at you. Please just do the DNA
Listen
test.
to me. You have no business judging me. Okay?
What do you mean?
Do not judge me. Do not tell me I'm a nice person.
He is not my
Do
dad.
not tell me anything like that. That makes me mad. Okay? We're doing everything we can to try to give you an opportunity. If you continue to just sit here and dick us around, I think we're done being pleasant.
Typically, when a detective mentions an opportunity, they then expand on this by showing what this opportunity is going to do for her. However, they don't do that with Isabella, essentially never giving her a good reason to confess.
What we know is that's your father.
That's
You
not my
walked into this
father.
room and
That's
you
not my
identified
father. Ah, this can't be happening to me. No, I'm not going to prison for the rest of my life.
What kind of anime ass reaction was that? Ah, this is driving me insane. Oh, Skibbity, this is so annoying. And now I'm probably gonna go to jail.
You can bring your boyfriend in.
What boyfriend?
You can bring your
What
stepfather in.
boyfriend?
In reality, Isabella's supposed boyfriend Gabriel would turn out to be a complete fabrication. However, Isabella did have a boyfriend, or an ex for that matter. Detectives sat down with 22-year-old Ilya Abramov, but what authorities didn't expect was that the young man may have been concealing a secret of his own that also involved 18-year-old Isabella. Apparently, their relationship ended over a week before Yunmi's death, after 3 years together, but that wouldn't be the last of their encounters. Tony states that a couple days before August 28th, he returned to Isabella's house to drop off some of her belongings. However, when Isabella opened the door, she was furious and tried to attack him with a golf club, though it's unclear if Tony was injured.
Jesus.
Apparently, the couple had parted ways because Isabella believed that Tony was cheating on her with their friend, Kathy. Though he asserts that this never happened, Isabella was enraged.
Oh, so she was crazy with everybody.
Tony says that he tried to call Isabella. When he didn't receive an answer, he walked in the house. He remembers seeing Ryan, but they didn't speak to each other. Tony made his way to Isabella's room, grabbed some of his clothes, and left the house, all without seeing his ex-girlfriend. But there may be more to the story than he's letting on.
Oh man, she even looks she has that look to her, you know? That headband, that hairstyle. Oh no, it's mostly the hairband. Nah, yeah, she weird. Nah, she a weird hoe. You could already tell.
Why do you want to come into the police station and start lying to the detectives? What's your deal? You went to her house twice that day. You went in the morning, she chased you away with a golf club, and then you went back that afternoon.
Tony has just confessed to another lie, where he had previously stated that his violent interaction with Isabella happened prior to the day of the killing. Now the detective is more suspicious than ever. But the topic of conversation suddenly shifts to Isabella and her home life, where Tony divulges some shocking information. Apparently, Isabella had at one point mentioned to Tony that Yunmi allegedly tried to poison her, along with their dogs. She apparently became very sick after eating something from the fridge, and claimed she'd smelled an odor of bleach emanating from the dog's water bowl, although these accusations have never been confirmed. Tony confesses that he has never witnessed a physical altercation between Isabella and her family members, but rather verbal arguments between she and her mom. And last but most disturbing, Isabella supposedly disclosed another alleged incident where Yunmi apparently poked herself in the back of her head with scissors, reportedly stating that she wished for she and Isabella to die together. But the detective isn't buying the claims and continues his efforts to untangle the web of lies, although poorly.
Yeah, that's the really bad part for you. She just turned 18 a few months ago, so you gotta go to prison forever.
These guys are such like Redditors. It's a shame you just turned 18, by the way. You're gonna go to prison forever. How you feel about that?
Isabella has completely shut down. She's closed off and as close to the fetal position as she can get while staying in her chair. Her level of anxiety at this point is astronomical.
Well, yeah, I guess when you're just a selfish, callous, heartless person like yourself,
Why are you
you would
insulting
have no feelings whatsoever for your own father.
I'm half expecting this guy to just really snap and just be like, you know what? Fucking kill yourself.
Do you want to hear what I found out?
What?
Okay. You were at H Mart today? Yes?
Yes, I'm fucking Asian American. I stopped by there all the way because I need fucking
Can you sit up, please, so I can hear you? Stop talking into your knees.
I stopped by there because I needed some fucking clothes. I was hoping somebody
Right.
would be nice enough to let me borrow them, and she actually bought me some shit.
Okay, she bought you those clothing items right there?
She didn't buy me clothing. The clothes are fucking mine. She bought me the fucking ties and the underwear.
The detectives are in possession of more information than Isabella is aware of, yet she continues to lie. That is, until the truth is staring her right in the face.
Funny thing just happened. Somebody called the police department from the H Mart. Guess what? They got video down there.
Me and H Mart because I
Yeah,
was
you
there.
and H Mart.
Because I was there.
Okay. What'd you tell those people down there at H Mart happened to you?
Then I ran away.
No. There's something else. You told them something else about you.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh shit, here it comes. This has to be a bombshell. So the H Mart people finna come in clutch.
Just keeps getting worse and worse.
What did you tell them?
I told him the same shit I told you.
No, you told them something else too.
Okay, you know what? I told you the truth about who I am because I have to. You're the police. I'm not required to tell the truth about my life to anyone else.
Let me ask you a question. When you went into H Mart today, were you covered in blood?
No.
Oh, yes, you were.
No, I was.
You're on the video. You went into H Mart and you told them that somebody tried to sexually assault you.
Oh, so she gave 2 different stories. WH Mart, people. WH Mart. I just started shopping there too.
I had blood all over my hands, yeah, kind of. Yes, I lied to them, okay, but I have not lied to you.
Well, that's not the story you told us. When you sat down here, we asked you about these bags and where you got them and the
Yes.
circumstances.
Clothes are mine.
That's not the story you
Oh
told
yeah,
us.
and then she made up this whole fucking lie about like this old lady or this lady that was really nice to her and was like, oh, like I'll help you. You don't have money to pay for these things. I'll buy for you. Like she made up that whole scenario.
That's not the story you told us.
The pads they got for me, and they gave me proper bandages.
Yeah, that's
And
not the
some
story you told us, okay? Plain and simple, it's not. You told us something completely different.
fucking- I just can't remember.
Didn't you? You told us something completely different because you lied.
The detectives then confront her with yet another piece of evidence, where they explain that the H Mart video camera shows a bloody Isabella walking into the bathroom. When they checked the contents of the room, they found clothing and bandages, all with large amounts of blood. Isabella only responds by saying that she's being framed for the horrific crime.
Stop acting like a victim.
I am a victim.
No, you're not. You're not a victim of anything.
I'm about to get fucking in prison too, because I'm pretty.
Isabella has
Whoa. Weird flex, but
I don't think you're pretty.
That's mean.
I don't think you are either.
Isabella turns her body towards the corner of the room and begins to cry.
You're going to jail. You're not going anywhere.
Man, fuck you.
man, fuck off.
We're gonna go to the hospital and get your hands stitched up, okay?
Yeah, that's for the jail.
Why?
Cause we're gonna get your hands stitched up, both of them. Put your hands behind your back.
What's taking the fucking DNA test so much?
Because it hasn't been 6 to 8 months yet, like I told you.
I hate you.
I know.
Right to the end, Isabella refuses to acknowledge her real identity, though there may be an explanation behind her sheer roller coaster of a story. After being charged with the first-degree murder of her own mother, authorities still had one unanswered question. Why? But they would have their long-awaited reasons soon enough. As it
Ooh.
turns out, Isabella was suffering from schizophrenia, where she experienced delusions
Oh, so she is schizo.
for years. But in a shocking revelation, the teenager was supposedly hearing voices and asserted that Yoon-mi was not her mother, but rather a woman named Cecilia. Had she not taken Cecilia's life, Isabella believed that the world would come to an end. Because of this, she was found not guilty by reason of insanity and transported to the Colorado Mental Health Institute at Pueblo. However, in 2020, 7 years after the brutal killing, Isabella claimed that she was ready to be released, stating, "I was not myself when I did that, and I have since been restored to full health." In 2021, she was granted permission to leave the facility for therapy,
Straight up not guilty? Wait, what?
in which she must wear a GPS tracker. However, there's no telling when or if she will ever be permanently released, or if her visits outside the facility will be limited only to therapy sessions.
I always wonder what kind of tests do they run, like to judge whether or not like somebody's insane to get them a lesser sentence. Like I want to see the process because I wonder if they can like dupe them. Like I really wonder if this girl legit just tricked them into giving them a diagnosis. You know what I mean? Like, do you think it's got to be possible, right, to dupe the people or even the psychologist into giving you a diagnosis that you want? It's not impossible, is it? She was definitely manipulating them. Oh, like the way she spoke was very manipulation 101. Like the way she would pick apart their accusations. Oh, like you were running away. No, I was walking. Oh, well, you were in a Jeep. I was not in a Jeep. You got the car model wrong. Really common manipulator tactics. Oh, we have to play mouthwashing, bro. Should I play that next stream?